Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. I'm making a review for this set of gouaches from HIMI. I was for a long time ago that I wanted to test them, and I really love these results. It was a decision I didn't regret to get this set. I was a bit biased because I was thinking, yeah, the price is so cheap. Is it really good? But I saw a bunch of videos of artwork made with it, and I kind of got a bit convinced. And yeah, for the price, actually they are pretty good, and they are a bit of struggle to open it. You cannot. You kind of open these things with your hands, of course, but they are a bit tough. Like they look like tiny kids' puddings, but they give a bit of struggle into open it. Maybe there's some security measure of the brand and whatnot. So I'm going to open all these tiny packages of 24. There are 48 colors. They are all divided in these twin cups, and yeah. So here I am back again, and I chose a picture on Pinterest to paint this to test this gouache with the set of gouaches. And actually I chose something more pastely look that has some gray pinks and some mint color, some tiny bits of brown for the coffee, and that's pretty much it. Actually, I really like this set. I was very surprised, because I was thinking, for the price, is it good, is it not good, and whatnot, but it's really good. And actually it was a bit of struggle already in Amazon, at least here in Germany, to get it. So yeah, I don't know how is it in other countries to get it, on maybe on the US, yeah, in Japan or China is maybe very easy to, or very cheap and accessible to get it, but here it's a bit of a struggle to get a set of these gouaches. Even though for us they are cheap, yeah, of course. Like, I think in euros they were like 28 or 29 euros, not even 30 euros for 48 gouache paints. But I think in China is even more accessible. I think they are even like some kids paints or something. And yeah, for kids paints it's really good. Like, I didn't have access to this kind of quality when I was a kid at all. At all. um, and yeah, I'm more used to paint with acrylic wash. I love to paint with watercolor for years, really. Alcohol markers or colored pencils also. Those are the mediums I love the most. But gouache is a new medium for me, and I've been dipping my fingers on the acrylic gouache, and I love it. I love the opacity. I'm using the whole bind, and of course, like, the quality doesn't even match to these HIMIs. The quality is a lot more superior. Like, it's a bit obvious on the price, and it's a lot more opaque, of course. And this set of washes behaves a bit differently. What you see me like grabbing the pencil, the brushes. I'm sorry, the brushes and whatnot. And so I use these brushes, and I use a set of brushes that I chose. They are from different brands or stuff that I've been collecting through the years. And yeah, I chose them for gouache, especially these ones. This blue one, that's from the lower line of Da Vinci, and they are pretty good. Like, for painting with gouache, they are pretty stable, and they don't leave traces of hair, or they don't crumble and all that, and they do a pretty good job. And that's more or less what you want from a brush that you need to paint with gouache. It's basically that. There is a stable brush, and it doesn't mess all over your work, because if you paint with both mediums, gouache and watercolor or acrylics, you should set aside brushes for acrylic and gouache, because they are, yeah, more or less the same binding. And for watercolor you should have another set of brushes a bit more high end. Like, it's recommendation, and it's really a thing that save the paintings, because if you paint with gouache something, and then you wash it, you can wash it really good, yeah, of course, but you still have a bit of the binding, you still have a tiny piece of this more dense binding of the gouache or of these acrylics on your brushes, and yeah, and that's why you should remain these ones for the acrylic or the gouache, and then reserve some better brushes for the watercolor, because really watercolor is the medium that is very transparent, that you see every tiny little thing. They really need to be detailed. They need to make washes and all that. And yeah, that's a bit tough if you have some binding of gouache in there. It can crumple it down, you know. And yeah, what I recommend with this brand, what I've seen and what I was testing at the moment, you should do a lighter wash with water, and then you start building up, and of course you expect the paint to dry a little, and then start to go in by layers. Of course, I'm just saying for the perspective of someone that is used more to acrylics or the acrylic gouache, because like they dry instantaneously and they are extremely opaque, which doesn't happen with these paints. Even though if you put like a really thick gouache layer, then you cannot do much afterwards. Yeah, so it's going to glide a lot better, and you can build up a lot better if you put some watery layer as a first layer, and then you start to build up. So yeah, pretty much that's it. I try to blend the colors also. Furthermore, I put some white on these paints. I blended this mint green with some white also. And then I also blended the pink, because it's going to come some pink a little bit further. And the pink was not exactly how I wanted, so I started blended in with some other colors so that I could get the pink that I wanted. And to test also the blendability of these paints, and actually the blendability is pretty good. Like they blend pretty well, they mix with each other pretty well. Even though sometimes they have a bit of this binding, you know, when you have from the gouache, this transparent yellowish binding you have. Sometimes you open some cups and you see this binding. Yeah, but even though if you mix them, you have to mix this. Another thing, you have to mix these paints like before you use them, because they are fresh and new and everything. And this binding, you have to mix it with the paint, with this in this tiny container. You really have to mix it with your brush and whatnot, because it will produce a lot better results than if you just dip your brush in and put this raw paint on your brush. And really, you can produce a lot better results if you do that. And now I'm building up the macaroons, and actually I really liked it. And even though I'm painting with pastel colors, I kinda like the result. I didn't saw any pencil strokes or something. So yeah, I was pretty happy with the transparency that you can get with these paints. It was pretty good, really. I'm also building up. See, I put the paler one, then I put the more opaque one, and yeah, a bit more darker rose and all that. And yeah, it's advisable to do that if you are painting with this paint, and go from light to dark. That's also a good idea if you want to paint with this type of gouache. And yeah, for a first experience is really good. Is a set that I'm going to keep and use, and to learn a little bit more of gouache. And yeah, I hope you like this video. I'm going to leave you with some music. There was here a skip part because my camera just went off, and I haven't noticed because I was just painting. But oh well, oh well, what can we do? And yeah, I hope you like the video and you give this set of gouache a go. because it's really worth it. It's really good as an experience, and to build your capabilities with gouache, and especially if you're starting, is a good one. There are some people who don't recommend it if you're starting, but I think it's pretty cool if you're starting because it's not an expensive thing. You don't regret much if you don't like the gouache or something. See some tutorials on YouTube, and yeah, I think it will go pretty well for you. And you can see what I'm doing. Like, I put fast forward, of course, because it will be extremely boring if I'll do it in real speed. And you can see like how I'm layering the stuff, and you can learn with it. You can learn a lot with other people online, of course. And that head was the head of my husband. I'm so sorry. This crispy fine hair was from him, and yeah, it was kind of a funny thing. I forgot to cut, and yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, with all the rest you can learn with the video, and you can learn how to get better at your gouache, to paint with layers. And yeah, I hope you like the video, and I'll leave you with some music until the end, and you can watch the video process of me painting with this really cool gouache. So bye bye.